Welcome back to another sporadic installment of I'm Reading House of Leaves, so you don't have to. I'm Neil Christensen, author of Dark White and Malcolm Karma Cold Turkey, a couple of modern noir vigilante thrillers set in the corrupt underbelly of Chicago. We've got morally gray characters, reluctant anti-heroes, and sympathetic villains. So if you like the tone of books like The Chain by Adrian McKinty or The Shadows by Alex North, you'll enjoy the dark, gritty tone of Dark White and Malcolm Karma Cold Turkey. Today on I'm Reading House of Leaves So You Don't Have to, we're covering Chapter 8. Chapter 8 starts strangely with a brief history and explanation of the Morse code signal for SOS, purportedly from the Oxford English Dictionary. This seems like a very strange way to start the chapter until we slowly start to realize that it seems as if the book itself is sending an SOS to the reader. But once we get through that off-putting beginning, Chapter 8 proper starts with exploration number 4 already underway. Navidson has built a base camp in the living room just outside the door to the mysterious hallway, and Reston is monitoring the radio signals for some kind of communication from the team that's inside. The primary reason, or mission, of exploration number 4 was to get to the bottom of the enormous, mysterious stairway. Johnny takes some time in the footnotes to kind of unpack Zampano's use of language in this section. He points out that Zampano bounces back and forth between the use of the term base camp and command post. Johnny takes this inconsistency in language to mean or indicate that Zampano is unsure whether the team inside is actually engaging in an exploration or a war. Holloway had expected exploration number 4 to take about 5 days. However, by day 7, neither Reston nor Navidson has had any communication from the team inside. Billy Reston is starting to get worried about the team inside, and by the end of day 7, those concerns seem to be validated. There's still no word from the team over the radio, but the other people in the house begin to hear mysterious sounds that seem to be emanating from the walls themselves. It's an ominous sound, a mysterious knocking. The children actually hear it first, and terrified, they run to their mother's room to get some kind of support. But they get there only to find that their mother is already up investigating the sounds herself. As mentioned, it seems like the sounds are coming from inside the walls, and so Reston puts his ear up to the wall and confirms that it sounds like the knocking is coming from right on the other side of the plaster. It's a familiar tapping sound, something like someone inside the walls is sending an SOS. Navidson takes this as an immediate opportunity to go against Karen's wishes, concerns, and demands that he stay outside of the hallway. He insists that they must immediately start a rescue operation. Karen tries to stop him. She tells him he's being rash, he's being impulsive. She says that they need to bring in help, outside help, the authorities, someone else to go in and find the team. Will immediately dismisses this, saying there's no time for such things. And he's not going to sit out on his front porch drinking lemonade while there are people stranded in his house. Besides, he says, the team only took food and provisions for 6 days, and now it's been almost 8. So Will, Tom, and Reston mount a rescue operation to go inside and find Holloway's team. The plan is for Will and Tom to follow Holloway's fishing line and markers to try to locate the team, while Reston stays at the top of the staircase relaying the radio communication from Navidson and Tom through Reston and back to Karen at the base camp. Zampano points out that at this point in the film, the editing style seems to change. The long, casual shots of people interacting are replaced by short jump cuts. Zampano also suggests that these jump cuts themselves seem to form a pattern. 3 quick jump cuts followed by 3 longer, lingering shots, and then 3 more jump cuts, as if the film itself is sending an SOS to the viewer. We're starting to see these patterns emerge from within the story to the film to the book itself, all sending SOS messages to their respective audiences. However, the last set of jump cuts does not quite complete the phrase. It simply stops with SOSO. Johnny, in his footnotes, latches onto this observation. Johnny has very strong feelings about the word so, particularly in its slang usage of whatever or who cares. Johnny thinks that this word, so, with this particular meaning or usage, has had a profound effect on his life, even back into his childhood. He was far too young to run away to Alaska when he did, but apparently when he went to the recruiting office, the woman who was inspecting him and determining whether he could, go on this adventure, kind of looked at him, recognized that he wasn't really old enough, and just said, so? Then, once he's in Alaska, Johnny ends up on this old, decrepit fishing boat that goes out into the sea during a storm and ends up sinking. Luckily, everybody aboard the ship survived, except for one person. Johnny says that person was a friend, or at least on his way to becoming a friend. The event sent the captain of the boat into a long, drunken depression in which the only thing he said to anyone for months was, so? This series of events clearly had a huge impact on Johnny. And while the impact is primarily negative, he does tell us that one night while recounting this story to his coworkers at the tattoo shop, it actually ends up getting him something he's been wanting for a very long time. It attracts the attention of Thumper, and she does invite him out to dinner. The two of them go to a diner and sit talking for hours. Johnny finds Thumper to be more than he even expected. Not only does he find her beautiful, but as it turns out, she is a really good listener. This causes Johnny to open up, and he ends up spilling everything. He tells her everything that's been going on in his life, including the stuff about Zampano and the manuscript and how that has been affecting him. Getting it all off his chest seems to be cathartic, and he ends up feeling a lot better, especially with the way Thumper listened and reassured him. In the end, she gives him a big hug and tells him that she thinks that he just needs to get out of the house, and invites him to come visit her at work. This chapter brings an even deeper, kind of more paranormal feeling to the book. Thus far, it's been creepy and getting strange, but now it's going full tilt paranormal. Beyond just these endless hallways and vast caverns that are bigger than the house is itself, beyond the fact that they shift and change while you're inside them, now even when you're not in the hallways, there are mysterious sounds emanating from the walls of the house. And it just adds that extra tinge of unsettling terror to the narrative. Also, while none of this book has been standard, I will say that this is the last chapter that seems to be even remotely normal. After this, things get, they get fucked up. If you're enjoying these little recaps, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed. That does actually help me. Also, the like button helps. The bell, I don't really care. Like, if you want to get notified, then go ahead and ring the bell. They are going to start coming more rapidly as the other platform the other short video platform starts to deteriorate and disappear, this is where these are going to be, and this is where I'm going to be making my content. So you will see an uptick in the regularity of these episodes. Also, if you want to support me even further, please go check out my books, Dark White and Malcolm Karma Cold Turkey. They are dark, gritty, relentless, heart-pounding thrillers, and I think you'll really enjoy them. They can be found wherever you buy books, and Malcolm Karma Cold Turkey is currently available on Kindle Unlimited, so if you're on that program, you can read it for free. Thanks, and I'll see you next time for Chapter 9 of House of Leaves.